Now, Kurt Bardella, who's the former spokesperson for the House and Oversight Committee and USA Today and NBC News Think contributor. Also, Julie Roginski, who's a Democratic political consultant. Welcome to both of you. Kurt, I do want to start with you on picking up on that statement right there from the former U.S. Attorney General there. Does that carry any weight within the Democratic base and within the lawmakers here on Capitol Hill?
Probably not, Candace. I mean, let's be clear about something right now. I don't think if you were to ask every single Democrat, do you think that there's enough to impeach the president, that there is enough that warrants an impeachment inquiry, I think all of them would tell you, yes, there is. But that's a very big difference from it actually happening. I think that by and large, the frustration is really the hesitancy of the Democrats to pursue this. It's been this drip, 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 death by a thousand cuts thing. It makes them look like they don't have the act together. It makes it look like they don't know what they want to do. It makes it look like they're hesitant and defensive and slow walking this whole thing. And I think that's what really the frustration is for so many people in the Democratic Party. If you're going to impeach the president, then just do it. Lord knows since April when the Mueller report first came out, we've had enough ample evidence and material to pursue that. But if you're not going to do it, just definitively say so and put this to bed, because Democrats right now, they look foolish by slow walking this whole thing.
Well, you heard the former Attorney General there saying that there is a legal basis, Julie, for impeachment. But really, the question is there a political basis for impeachment?
Well, there is a political basis. It's obviously a political inquiry and a political outcome, regardless of what you believe is that or not.
You don't think about the political backlash, I guess.
There's no question. Nancy Pelosi is very worried about two things. One is the effect this will have on members that won just last year who are in districts that are not necessarily Democratic-leaning districts. And secondly, about the fact that you need the majority of the House to vote to impeach. If you don't have the majority of the House voting to impeach, nobody would look more foolish than the House of Representatives for launching this. I would say there is a moral imperative for doing this. There are certainly many, many bases for launching this investigation. I believe as we go along, there'll be more and more political support for it as more and more evidence is coming out and the light is shining on this. Ultimately, Nancy Pelosi, and Kurt is right about this, Nancy Pelosi has to make a decision. Either come out and say you're not going to do it, or come out and do it. But this drip, drip, as Kurt pointed out, is absolutely preposterous. We have an impeachment inquiry, but not really. We're putting it forward articles of impeachment, but not really. You've got Jerry Nadler saying there's an impeachment, but not proceeding, but not really. That doesn't help anybody. Either we do it or we don't do it.
And Kurt, I do note that, of course, the congressional leaders just came back from 6 weeks of vacation, and we haven't seen this rapid increasing amount of people saying yes, 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 impeachment. So you get a sense that while they were at home, their constituents weren't necessarily backing this movement all that much.
Well, I mean, this is the frustration that I have, Candace. You're a leader in Congress. This is your job to lead. You should be encouraging people to follow your lead. And they're just waiting around, and I don't know what they're waiting for at this point. That's what's perplexing to me. When I worked at the House Oversight Committee, when I was a Republican working for the House Oversight Committee, we always felt that Democrats were wary to take us on. We always felt that we could basically run roughshod over them and do whatever we wanted, and they would be too scared to fight us. And looking at what's happening now, and I am someone who, by the way, supports the impeachment of President Trump, who wants them to aggressively pursue it. But put that aside, it just looks like they're afraid of their own shadow, that they're always worried about political consequences, how this might affect something 18 months from now, whether or not they have the votes or not. You know, at the end of the day, we have to stand for truth and fact and for true checks and balances. And if we don't hold the president accountable now for everything that's happened, the totality of illegal activity, unethical conduct, if they don't do it now, they have no license to do it ever again for any other president either.
All right.